the way to a residence that I know pretty well. You guys should know pretty well too. Guys, I made my first live video here. I seen a compressor blow up on me here. And guys, I made a bunch of service calls here before. Even I think the water heater. I was fixing the water heater. I vlogged that. But guys, this customer called yesterday and said that they got water coming from the ceiling somewhere. Now guys, what's ironic here, and remember I was telling you guys a couple months ago, you reach out to customers in the spring for the maintenance, but not everybody answers the phone. And this place, you know, it's a commercial property. This is not like a residence. So if they're busy, you know, they got to get to us when they can. But guys, unfortunately, if it gets hot, you know, in April, and we try to put them on a schedule and they don't answer, and you know what happens when it gets hot, you got condensate. If the drains block up before they're able to get the maintenance done, what can we do about that? So guys, I got a feeling, we already had to come out here one time to unclog one of the drains, but I think I have an idea of which unit it is. But like I said, guys, this is just one of those things. We couldn't get out there in time. Now it's, what is it, June? We reached out about 2 months ago. But guys, I'm on the way out there right now. Let's go make it right. I'll see y'all when I get inside. All right, guys. This is a straight AC air handler with a water coil. Technically a hydro coil that goes to the boiler, but as you see here, this was the same one that backed up last year. And you can't see it from this side, but I cut into the line on the other side and I flushed it, basically cut the drain in half. I flushed it and put a coupling on, but I think that clean out is glued in. I don't know why they glued the top in, but I got everything I need. It looks like they vacuumed some of the water out of here. But alright guys, let me get closer to the action. I'll be back. I was thinking of another unit, but the trap isn't glued in, but you see that? Filled to the top. And I know what my recommendation is going to be here is to make sure it's a priority for them to have us come out in April, because I'm pretty sure they ran this unit since April and all this condensate built up. This drain line is pretty long. Right now we're on the 3rd floor. This drain line goes into the wall and goes almost 4 levels down to the basement. The other end of this goes to the sewer line. That side is good, but for some reason, the longer the drain, the more likely backups and clogs are meant to happen. But alright guys, let me get to it. I'll be back. Guys, at the one side of the gallows, look at that. This is how it's supposed to move. And guys, that's a homemade trap. I'm pretty sure they put this homemade trap in because there wasn't enough leverage to put a conventional P-trap in, but nonetheless, a trap is a trap. As long as you keep the drains flushed, it will still work. But you see that? What I'm gonna do now, since I confirmed that my drains aren't backed up, I'm gonna get my wet vac and I'm gonna vacuum up this water, and then after that I'm gonna get my funnel and I'm gonna test the drains once the pan dries up. But hey guys, this is a tight headquarters here. Let me clear some stuff out the way and I'll be back. Alright guys, you might not be able to hear me. There wasn't much of any stuff in the pan. Wasn't too bad. Looks like they got most of it. Alright, let me get my funnel. And let's get to the next level. I'll be back. Guys, right now I'm just testing my drain. I got 2 bottles of water. slowly pouring so we don't overflow the tea. But the biggest thing is, I want to make sure none of the joints are leaking. You see that coupling there? That's what I cut last year. So last year, instead of relying on the tea, I cut the drain in two, and I pressurized that back end of the drain where it goes into the wall. But with one blast of the gallo gun, we were able to see the water level drop, which was good. Alright, one bottle down, one bottle to go. Nice and slowly. And I think we're good. Alright, let me flush this second bottle. I'll be back. Alright, guys. This unit is rocking and rolling. I still got to do the AC maintenance here, so I put a new filter in. Flush the drains. I believe I replaced the filters for these two units already. Guys, this setup is pretty weird. Most of this is labeled, and I actually labeled this, all of the units, a couple years ago when I came in here. Alright guys, let me flush the drains here and across. I'll be back. Alright guys, everything up here is done. It's time to go outside. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright y'all, I'm going to start with the good side first, aka the side that has the most space. Let me show y'all something. This was a 410A condenser that we had to replace last summer. And guys, I can tell you here, without even looking at the paperwork, they have a total of 7 units. It's 6 straight AC condensers, and they have 1 mini split unit, I think for the IT room. And guys, not including the brand new unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we replaced at least 4 out of the 5 capacitors. These 2 units here have brand new capacitors. So guys, I'm looking at my notes, even from last year, everything was rocking and rolling. For some reason, guys, this unit was drawing 35 amps. And we're nowhere near that point here. And if anything funny does happen with the amps, we have a good old surge protector. And guys, you heard me say this a bunch of times here before. As far as accessories goes, if you guys are doing AC maintenance, surge protectors are great, especially in areas where customers get a lot of power outages and brownouts. Guys, a brownout happens at peak times of the summer. Give you a good scenario. Let's say if every single customer in his neighborhood is running their AC unit, and guys, you know AC units draw a lot of power on startup. If every single unit is running at the same time, if the amps go up, the volts go down. And as a result, I believe 187 volts, if I'm not mistaken, is the lowest tolerance for a 230 volt AC unit. If the voltage goes down too much, then you're gonna get what we call a brownout. That's gonna cause the amps to go up. And guys, if amps goes up past 30 amps and you don't have any protection, even with a fuse disconnect, guys, sometimes that can be too late. If that compressor overamps, then you guys seen what happened on that video last year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the amps of both of these units here. And the 3 on the other side, I know it's still good. I just got to clean those off. But guys, let me do that. Let me check the amps. And this is a good sign. See that there? I actually don't even know. Is this the break room AC? Because guys, one of the break room air handlers on the 3rd floor. I think this is one of those 3 units that were upstairs. But all right, guys, let's get to it. Let me cover this unit up. This is the brand newer unit here, the one we just put in. Let me cover that up and let me check amps on the other units. I'll be back. All right, guys, I got another 2 calls that just came in. I feel like this is a good problem, but it's a jinx. Every time I want to get in depth at a job with multiple units, right when I get started, I get blown up with calls. But guys, the AM draw on both of these 2 units are rocking and rolling. But let's take a look and let's take a walk on the other side. And I should have all 6 running. Let me count them off. You have the 3rd floor, you have the break room, that's 2. You got the physician's office, 3. You got the waiting room on the 2nd floor, that's 4. You got the waiting room on the 1st floor, 5. And then you have the physician's office on the 1st floor. That would be 6. Guys, I never was that good at math, but when there's money on the line, I become a genius. All right, guys. We got those other 3 running, and I have the set points down to 60, so nothing's going to turn off on me or confuse us. And bada bing. These are the 3 on the other side, and that's the IT room. They don't really care about the IT room, and to be honest, I can't even get in that room. So at this point, it is what it is. With that mini split condenser, when that breaks down, I guess we can pick it up from there. But yeah, guys, all the caps and contactors got replaced already out here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hose these bad boys down. All right, let me get my hose spigot. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, this was technically like a maintenance that was like scheduled too late, but it wasn't really much going on there. But guys, I got to get to another call. But there you have it, AC leaking call. We found the drains backed up. Once we flush the drains, most importantly, when you guys flush your drains, you want to test them. So make sure there is a clean out or a T, so you can put a funnel there. And like I said, most importantly, you want to make sure you test the drains by yourself with water. You don't want to wait until the AC runs again for you to know that you have a leak again. So guys, we already found the issue. Once we flush the drains, we poured 2 bottles of water down the clean out. And like I said, guys, everything held up good. I mean, due to the length of that drain, I told the customer, I'm not surprised that it backed up. But the only thing we can do is just be proactive here, getting the AC maintenance done sooner rather than later. I don't think they're going to have this problem again. But there you guys have it. I got to rock out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.